Yet this I tell my soul, and therefore I have hope. Great is your everlasting love, your mercies that are new with every day. Great is your faithfulness, oh God. I'm trusting in your goodness and your grace. I'm trusting in your goodness, Lord. I'm trusting in you, Lord.
Thank you for joining us again this week. And as we come towards the end, of course, we've been spending time in the book of Psalms, but particularly focusing in on those bits we like to avoid, bits that might be a bit embarrassing, we're not sure what to do with. The Psalms, of course, are full of rich and gritty language. The psalmists themselves are presenting their deepest struggles and their fears and their bitterness before God, as we've seen this week. But each of those psalms we've been looking at also contains hope. The psalmist, in conversation with God, brings their darkest, most desperate thoughts, emotions, and they lay them before the light of the hope of God. God, who is their fortress, their deliverer, and their saviour and their king. Many of the psalms have been written in the highs and the lows of life, and I guess the ones we've been focusing in on probably have been based around the lows of life. This week we have mostly focused in on that darker side, the ones written out of some kind of desperation. But even in those moments, the writers are not resigned to accept that the bad situation will continue. They often insist, they often claim that God will or God must act, because they know and they believe God is a God who keeps his promises. The psalmist's hopes are not rooted in the situation, in their own power to change things. Their hopes are rooted in God. God is the one who can act. And this gives them the courage and the ability to believe that things will change. Our psalm today says, "He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and mire. He set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand." A number of the psalms talk about the pit or Sheol. It's a place that's cut off from God and his goodness. I wonder if we might feel that we are in the pit at this moment, or that we certainly have family or friends who feel that way. Mental health worries, physical health issues, sense of being surrounded by enemies, a relationship breakdown, fears of illness or disease. Any one of these and more can leave people feeling lost and cut off. And perhaps when we don't have the words, we don't have the energy or the ability to pray, well, the gift to us are these psalms. We can borrow words, phrases from them. People who have been there before us and come through to the other side. We can pray the psalmist prayers. We can use them to enable us to come before God, express our own darknesses, but also express our hopes in the words of the psalmists that have gone before us. We're going to read Psalm 40. I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and he heard my cry. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and the mire. He set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. He put a new song in my mouth, a hymn of praise to our God. Many will see and fear the Lord and put their trust in him. Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, who does not look to the proud, to those who turn aside to false gods. Many, Lord my God, are the wonders you have done. The things you planned for us, none can compare with you. Were I to speak and tell of your deeds, they would be too many to declare. Sacrifice and offering you did not desire, but my ears you have opened. Burnt offerings and sin offerings you did not require. Then I said, here I am. I have come. It's written about me in the scroll. I desire to do your will, my God. Your law is written within my heart. I proclaim your saving acts in the great assembly. I do not seal my lips, Lord, as you know. I do not hide your righteousness in my heart. I speak of your faithfulness and your saving help. I do not conceal your love and your faithfulness from the great assembly. Do not withhold your mercy from me, Lord. May your love and your faithfulness always protect me. For troubles without number surround me. My sins have overtaken me and I cannot see. They are more than the hairs of my head, and my heart fails within me. Be pleased to save me, Lord. Come quickly, Lord, to help me. May all who want to take my life be put to shame and confusion. May all who desire my ruin be turned back in disgrace. May those who say to me, aha, aha, be appalled at their own shame. But may all who seek you rejoice and be glad in you. May those who long for your saving help always say, the Lord is great. But as for me, I am poor and needy. May the Lord think of me. You are my help and my deliverer. You are my God. Do not delay. You are my God. Do not delay. Well, we are at the end of this week. There are many more themes I'm sure we could have explored in this area, maybe for another time. But hopefully, as we face difficult times, we will discover the privilege of coming as we are before our God. Coming with our rawness and our honesty and our integrity, removing our mask before the Lord. Because like the psalmist of old, we can know that God has time for us, that he understands us, that we can speak openly and plainly to him, and that he is the God who has promised to lift us out of the pit and place us firmly on the rock. May we know this hope of God in these days. May God bless us today.